We've reached the halfway point of year 3 in the Rockies franchise. We're going through the All-Star break today with the Home Run Derby, the All-Star Game, and we're going to take this season all the way up to the trade deadline and talk about what our plan is going to be in the second half. Once again, the Rockies aren't really a part of the All-Star break. We had one All-Star, and that's Taylor Rogers, one of our relievers. We'll kick things off going through the Home Run Derby, and this featured a lot of players who weren't in the previous derbies. Franmil Reyes was the 1 seed the first 2 years. He's not even in the Derby this season. Our first matchup pits Luke Voit, the 8th seed, against Ronald Acuna Jr., the number 1 seed. And Voit started off with a pretty strong performance. He ended up hitting 9, which is a pretty solid score in these 2-minute rounds I have set up. Here is Ronald Acuna Jr. with a 5-9 score, 40 seconds left. Of course, most hitters end up getting the bonus. Acuna earned his bonus time a little late in this round, but still about a minute to go here, trailing by 3. He hits one to the batter's eye, trailing by 1. This one going to left center. That'll get out to match Voigt's score of 9. He's got one more swing. Again going out towards center field. He hit a lot in that direction, but this one does not get out. So we end up with the overtime round, which means that each hitter gets a minute to see how many more they can hit. Luke Voit trying to show off that center field power. 444 dead center. Another one launched towards center field. They're not pulling the ball here in St. Louis, and they don't need to consistently hit these out. Voit ends up going through a bit of a slump towards the end of his round, and this one will not exit. So 3 in a minute. Feels like Acuna could easily beat that. Left center once again. Acuna gets number 2. 2 more to win. This time he pulls it. That ends up foul. And then getting under this one. Does it have enough? Deep left center? No. Now time is becoming a bit of an issue. Again out to left center, but he's underneath it. That's not going to leave. Now he needs to hit one here just to force another overtime. And he gets all of it. Number 3 for Ronald Acuna Jr. Double overtime in the first Derby matchup. Now, if you go to a second overtime, it becomes a 3-swing swing-off. Luke Voit, left center, over the bullpen. 1 for 1. Once again in that direction. Voit exits, 441. Third and final swing. This one more into left field. Haven't seen too many in this direction. 3 for 3. An impressive showing for Luke Voit, but we're not done. Acuna, can he go 3 for 3 in response? Another blast out to dead center field, and Ronald Acuna sends this one out 430 feet. Again, center field. That is also out, 2 for 2. Even further, one more to force a triple overtime. And this battle is still not over. So what happens for triple overtime? Well, you do the 3-swing swing off yet again. Luke Voit down the line. It is fair. 4 for 4 in these swing offs, but this one goes foul. Finally, Voit makes a mistake. And on his third and final swing to left center, that ball gets out. Acuna can win it here with a 3 for 3 performance. First one, no doubt about it. It is gone, 422 feet. Second swing, again pulled. Hooking toward the foul pole. And gone, 355. One more for the win. He missed the ball. And we're going to a quad overtime. 3 swings again. This is the second swing for Luke Voit and his second home run of this round. And then he hits a base hit to left field. So 2 for 3 for the second straight round. Ronald Acuna Jr. ground ball at third base. Now he needs 2 just to force a 5th overtime. That's foul, and Luke Voigt ultimately moves on. What a battle. That has to be the longest one I've seen with all those overtimes. And that was the most interesting matchup in this first round. Dominic Smith had a really good run in Season 2. He's back again this year. And just like last year, he put on an impressive show, setting a very high bar for Rafael Devers to compete with. One more swing here. He's already got 11. He'll make it a dozen. Will Dominic Smith make a run for the title like last year? Devers started off hitting a couple home runs right away in his round. But when you're up against 12 home runs, there isn't much room for error. Devers' round wasn't as complete, and he only hit 8, advancing Dominic Smith to the second round to face Luke Voigt. On the other side of the bracket, Giancarlo Stanton up against Christian Yelich. Now, Stanton's a lot of fun to watch here in the Derby. A lot going 450 plus. The bonus is pretty much going to happen every time for him. Triple decker, 422 feet. Stanton hits a dozen in his first round. I really wasn't thinking that Yelich could compete with that. Here he is down 12-6. That one is launched to right center field, 442 feet. Down by 4. One of his most impressive swings, way over the bullpen, 455. They go to bonus time. Down by 1. Is that foul? It appears to be. And Stanton ends up winning by 1 to advance. In the last matchup of the first round, Eloy Jimenez versus Juan Soto, 429 feet. First time we've seen Eloy Jimenez in the Derby in this series. He ends up hitting 7 in his round. Juan Soto responds, running out of time, still doesn't have the bonus. There's 448. They end up going to an overtime round, and Jimenez builds upon his 7 home runs by adding 5 in a minute, which is pretty solid. Soto in response. Third swing, third home run. He's got a chance to take this one. And it's out to center field. That could tie the game, and it does. 437. One more chance. Soto, right center. And he is moving on to face Giancarlo Stanton, 430 feet. There were some pretty good battles in that first round. Luke Voigt won the battle against Ronald Acuna to move on to face Dominic Smith. And Voigt put up 9 home runs in his initial round. Pretty solid score. Dominic Smith in bonus time, trailing by 1. That is going to leave in right center field. He's got a chance to advance to the finals. Out toward the bullpen, Dominic Smith is moving on. A 10-9 matchup there. Stanton versus Soto. With 6 on the board entering bonus time. Giancarlo Stanton, 456 feet. He puts up 7. Juan Soto, again, not getting the bonus very quickly. But he does unlock it with that 440-foot homer. One more to win it. Juan Soto, right field. He will advance to face Dominic Smith. An NL East matchup in the finals. Smith lost in the semifinals a year ago to the eventual champion, Mike Trout. Smith starts it off, picking up where he left off. That is out to right center at 421 feet. Now pulling this one a little bit more, and it will also get out, 422. Overall, a solid round for Smith. Started better than it ended, but he gets one more here down the line for 8 home runs. Juan Soto up next, hit 13 in round 1, 8 in round 2. But in the final round, this is his longest homer of the Derby, 456. Trailing by 2, 46 seconds to go. That one carried a while, 433. One more to tie, That will do it. Soto's got a chance to win it right here, and that is a no-doubter. Hand him the trophy. It's over. 449, and Juan Soto is your Home Run Derby champion for year 3 of the franchise. I thought that was a pretty solid derby. We've had some good ones here in the series. Soto is the champion, and we move on to the All-Star game, which hasn't been all that exciting from what we've gone through in the series. Just so many good pitchers, and they seem to have the edge over the offense. Only one All-Star for Colorado, like I mentioned. You won't see him for a while. Let's go in the first inning. Yordan Alvarez from the Astros with a deep double to center field. Rafael Devers trying to bring him home, but he pops this one up over at first base. And Mike Soroka puts a 0 on the board. Shane Bieber starts for the American League. And first batter, Ronald Acuna Jr. goes around. That is strike 3. Later in the inning, 2 on and 2 down. He will end the inning with a Corey Seager strikeout. Top 2, Austin Meadows with an 0-2 count. Tough play here by the second baseman, and not in time. Meadows reaches. DJ LeMahieu with a line drive into left center field. That'll get all the way to the fence. Meadows waved around third, and it's the former Rocky, DJ LeMahieu, putting the American League in front. Top 3, Yordan Alvarez, who hit a double in the first, follows it up with a bullpen blast. Solo homer to put the American League up 2-0. Can the National League respond? Bottom 3, Christian Yelich with a base hit into right field. 2 on, 2 down. Dominic Smith came up short in the home run derby and looks at strike 3 to end the inning. We go ahead to the 5th inning. Michael Pineda in for the American League. Leaving one up for JT Realmuto. Deep left, carrying. This one is gone. Solo home run. National League makes it a 2-1 ball game. We move ahead into the 7th. Salvador Perez at the plate. Ground ball to short. And one of 3 or 4 double plays in this game. There was not a lot of offense. Taylor Rogers made his appearance late in the ball game. He's put together a pretty good season for us. Starts his day with a pop-up into shallow right center, no problem. After a walk, facing Mike Trout, base hit center field. We've seen this a ton from Rogers. Like, he usually gets the job done, but he's going to give up base runners and make you a little nervous. 2 batters reach, but a double play ends the inning, sending us to the bottom of the 9th. National League hoping for at least 1. Liam Hendricks from the White Sox in to try and close this out. He starts by striking out Mookie Betts. Colin Moran up next, line to center, and an easy play. 2 down. It's up to Manny Machado. With an 0-2 count, he grounds it right to first base, and this is over. American League wins 2-1 in a very uneventful All-Star game. Wish we had some more Rockies in there to focus on, but we're just not quite there. We don't have a lot of stars on this team. The Rockies have had some over the years with Nolan Arenado and Trevor Story, and we're still trying to get that same impact. So we finish up the All-Star break, and the next milestone is, of course, the trade deadline, July 31st. Trades are happening around the league, and the Dodgers just acquired Cavan Biggio. We go on a nice run here, winning 3 in a row against the Phillies, taking the first 2 from the Nationals, ignoring that trade offer from the Dodgers. It was for Zach McKinstry. And we're going into the final game before the break. Or the deadline, rather. With a 54-48 record, we are in the wild card hunt, unlike the first 2 years of the series. So one more game before our plan really needs to be executed for the rest of the season. Steven Strasburg takes the mound for the Nationals, looking for a 4-game split here against Colorado. It's a Brendan Rodgers line out to start the day, and then Ryan McMahon gets a fastball right down the middle and sends it sky high for the catcher. German Marquez takes the mound for us. I thought maybe he could have made it to the All-Star game. I thought a few of our starters had a chance. They've been good. Maybe not elite, but they've certainly been good. Marquez picks up the strikeout of John Birdie to start his day. Andrew Stevenson next. Works this count full and gets into a nice first inning battle here. A really annoying at-bat that just seemed to carry on and on. He ends up walking to first, bringing up Juan Soto, the home run derby champion. 307 average, 29 homers on the season. And Marquez going right after him here. 2 quick strikes and a fastball. Top of the zone for strike 3. Impressive at-bat for Marquez, 2 down. That'll bring up Freddie Freeman, who's over here from the Braves, of course. And he flies out to David Geronimo. Nothing in the first. We go top 3. Trey Turner has raised the average a little bit. Yes, 223 is improvement. 3-2, he puts it on the ground. I feel like he doesn't leave the infield a lot with his swings. How about Dom Nunez? It's been quite the season for him. Reaching base all the time, it seems. He walks. German Marquez, the former Silver Slugger Award winner, trying to send one out in left center, but he didn't quite get all of it. 2 down, back to the top of the order. And we've become very used to this. Brandon Nimmo competing for the National League batting title this season. He reaches. 2 down. Rodgers fouls back the fastball and falls behind before striking out on the perfect changeup from Strasburg. Bottom 3. Top of the order, John Birdie strikes out once again, looking at a changeup that paints the inside corner. Stevenson next. Sinker low, gets the swing and the miss, and even lower with the changeup ends the inning. Great start to this ball game for both pitchers. Could this now be the last game as a Rocky for Javi Baez? It's been a decent run in this series, maybe not quite the signing we thought it could become. He hasn't been bad, but he does strike out here in the 4th, 3rd of the day for Strasburg. Bottom 4. After Soto struck out on 3 pitches, he strikes out again in the 4th. Did the home run derby mess with his swing? How about Freddie Freeman? That one's down the line, but foul, and then Marquez just off the plate. 2-2, another stone-cold take for Freddie Freeman, and then he grounds over to McMahon. Another quick inning for German Marquez. In the 5th inning, the Nationals are still hitless. Another strikeout. Danny Jansen on a hanging breaking ball lines it to 3rd base. Marquez has a no-hitter through 5, but nobody scored in this game. We've drawn a couple walks, Brendan Rodgers this time. Next up, Ryan McMahon pulled down the line and right. In the corner, but not actually hit deep enough to do any damage. Javi Baez. What are you going to do with that pitch? 1-2. In the air, out to center. And it's a routine play again. Strasburg puts another 0 on the board. Can Marquez match him and extend his no-hitter? Marquez did have some walks in this game, including this one to John Birdie. A few long at-bats elevated his pitch count, already into the 90s, but still no hits for Washington. 1 down for Soto. He drills this one hard to right field, but it's right at Nimmo. 2 down. That brings up Freddie Freeman. 2 quick strikes. Pitch count approaching 100. And Freeman breaks up the no-hitter. Base hit center field, and a run scores. Washington on the board. Marquez staying in the game, trying to complete the inning, but that's a base hit to left field And that will be it for his day. 102 pitches into it. But just could not get him the run support today. Austin Gomber enters. And Drew Mendoza exits deep right center. 3-run homer and a 4-0 Nationals lead, breaking the game wide open. Just trying to get a quick strike there with the fastball, and he jumps all over it. Lefty, lefty. Can't say I expected a home run there. 4-0, Colorado still scoreless. Trey Turner hitting it sharply on the ground. He bounces into a double play. In the 8th inning, Dom Nunez, he cracks this one into right center field. Beautiful swing. Next up, Ty France comes off the bench. Ground ball to short. Another inning-ending double play for Colorado. Bottom of the 8th inning, Juan Soto. I don't think anything's wrong with his swing. The home run derby champion hits number 30 on the season. Nationals up 5-0. Looks like this is a wrap. But we go to the 9th inning. Steven Strasburg staying in. Brendan Rodgers trying to get us something here late, as this will rattle into the corner for a leadoff double. Javi Baez. Ground ball to third base. Is that his final swing as a Rocky? 2 down for David Geronimo. It's drilled to left field, and again right at the left fielder. This game is done. Steven Strasburg, complete game shutout, and he did this with only 5 strikeouts. We were putting the ball in play. We just couldn't find any green out there. It was like they had 14 players on defense. Frustrating day at the plate, but I'm kind of used to it with the way games have gone with this team. I went into the batter analysis, and there's a lot of really cool stuff in here if you're just curious about your weaknesses or just want to really get the numbers on how you're playing at certain things. Basically, our good swings didn't have good results. And again, we are shut out, which has happened way too much this season. So we're 54-49 going into the trade deadline. 4 games out of a wild card spot. We are definitely closer than we've ever been in this series. But are we close enough? I definitely don't think we're close enough to be buyers at the deadline. I don't think that's reasonable at all. But I think we can compete even if we do trade away Javi Baez. And I have taken a look here at what Ryan McMahon's contract demand would be, and I think it's reasonable. 7.7 a year. This is probably a deal I'll want to make. Let me know your thoughts. He is having his best year of the series. He's only 28. A lot of power. We don't have a lot of power outside of Ryan McMahon, and it wouldn't be a mega contract. The deal for German Marquez would be double the size. And again, I'm thinking about offering him this. Here's the situation with our budget. We have given out some big deals, so we have some contracts. In the future years, I did front load the Turner deal, but there aren't a lot of deals actually on the books going forward. We just have to be very smart about which ones we want to make, because eventually there's no money left. So I think trading Javi Baez makes the most sense. I feel like we can get similar play from players who are not getting much playing time right now, like Trey Turner's coming off the bench, Garrett Hampson. Baez is better than both, especially this year, but I expect him to opt out, want a big contract next year that we're not going to be able to give him. Some of those offers had some potential prospects that are in like the mid-60s. I'll have to take a deeper look and see which players I think would have the most interesting ceilings. That's probably the route to go. Maybe we consider Raimel Tapia, but I don't think I'll actively be trying to trade him. I don't know if I'll make any more moves besides trading Baez. But give me your thoughts. Let me know down below in the comment section, and we'll get past this trade deadline soon, and hopefully we can stay in this wild card hunt. Thank you all for watching today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it, despite the lack of action from Colorado. in all 3 phases of this video. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and there's more Rockies coming your way soon. Have a great day.